Hey guys, Poster Everybody here. I'm going to start this video off with a little bit of good and bad news. So hopefully the good news will replace the bad news, but for starters, this is why. As you guys know, I held a Lumen M weapon giveaway. That is the medium weapon that the new robot Vulcan has, the bendy lasers. If you see your ID here, congratulations, U7, you have won the giveaway. The bad news, the giveaway closed. For context, as you guys know, last episode, I told you guys the airport struggles that I had to go through, and because of those airport struggles, when I got back home, I was absolutely exhausted. And because of that, when I said I would choose winners at midnight, I went to bed at 9 without my knowledge, and it turns out I had fallen flat on my face and fell asleep and woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and the giveaway had already closed. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that, so sorry. However, as compensation, if you 7 people here see your IDs and are like, oh my god, I lost one of the Lumen M's, what the heck, brother, you're supposed to give me something. Well, do not fear, I do plan to give you a consolation prize. So you have one of 2 options. Option 1 is, as you guys know, I'm going to be doing weekly giveaways. You can reserve your name to win any of the future giveaways that I do. So this is for Pixonic sponsored giveaways only, but let's say, for instance, this is kind of a funny intermission. We have a giveaway this week too. We have 7 of the Second motherships. That is the Pyramid mothership. It's not the best mothership in my opinion, but if you don't have a mothership, this thing still could be good. So highly recommend participating in it. Link is in the description and pinned comment as always, just like the last giveaway. And this time I'll make sure to actually submit it on time. But if you 7 that won the Lumen M were to have wanted this second, then you can just say, hey brother, my ID was this, I won the giveaway. I would like the second. And then you could just tell me that and I will see it and be like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll put your name in one of the spots, and then you would have won the second guaranteed. Now, I'm sure you guys do not want a second mothership, considering the second is a lot worse than the Lumen M, so you don't have to do it this time, and you can save that for any future giveaway. For instance, next update, as you guys know, there are 2 new really big pieces of content. For one, there's the Sirocco Titan, and there's the new Fang robot. There are probably going to be giveaways for those. So if you guys want to save your spot until those Titans come out, or that Titan or that robot comes out, or maybe in the far future update, you see like another really cool thing, like you see a drone you want, a different robot you want, a different Titan you want, your spot will be reserved until I stop posting videos on this channel, which won't be anytime soon. So you have your spot reserved until the day I basically die. So yeah, I'll talk about this more in the end of the video too, but there you go. U7, let me know what you guys want. And as I said, this is one of 2 options. The second option is actually just like I do for other giveaways that I've done until now. I can pay you 500 D-gems out of my pocket. So if you don't want one of the random 7, one of the random giveaway items that Pixonic gives, which as I've commented before, in my opinion, isn't the best form of giving away stuff. Instead, you can opt for 500 D-gems. Of course, if you are a free-to-play spender, or a free-to-play player, and you have never bought D-gems before, I will upgrade that to 1000 because there's the 500 plus 500 bonus offer, as you guys know. So yeah, let me know if you would rather have D-gems, U7. But yeah, this offer will stay up. My deepest apologies to U7 people. Hopefully that'll never happen again in the future, but if it does, then I'll probably have to just do this again. Hopefully I can stay up on top of things. But yeah, as I said before, the second giveaway is now open. The second giveaway runs from July 31st to August 6th. I am going to close the giveaway on August 5th so that I actually have some leeway time. So yeah, I will choose winners on August 6th at midnight, my time, so New York time, Eastern. Make sure you guys submit your IDs in the form, not in the comments or Discord or anywhere. You have to use the Google form, make sure you submit there. And you do not have to put your platform. War Robots does no longer need that anymore because they have implemented cross-platform stuff. So all you need to do is give me your War Robots ID and you are going to be participating in the giveaway. So hopefully good luck to you. And the 7 of you before, if you have already seen your IDs, you cannot win another giveaway until 1 month later from now. That is the terms that I've decided to set. So yeah, if you saw your name in this list of 7 people, then please do not submit the giveaway. If you do end up winning this one too, then I will re-roll your name because you already have won in the last month. But without further ado, this video is already very long, as you guys know. This is like going to probably be like an hour and 40 minutes long. So I won't yap too much. Thank you guys for understanding. And yeah, let's get into a very exciting video where we log on to the free-to-play account for the first time in 200 days. So without further ado, let us begin episode 51. Hello, and welcome back to a long-awaited episode 51 of the War Robots free-to-play speedrun, where I try to go from a brand new account to Champions League as fast as I possibly can. Obviously, things have changed a lot. The day counter, as you guys can see here, is drastically different than what we've seen before. So the last time I logged into this account was January 15th, which is exactly 200 days ago, apparently. So you guys can see the day counter. It's been 274 days officially since making this account, but only day 52 of playing. So we have officially been AFK for 200 days on this account, which is pretty crazy. You guys can also see we have Twitch chat rolling in the background. You guys did a poll, and the poll results were overwhelmingly in favor of facecam on. I will probably be turning facecam off for moments that I think are going to be worthy of getting a screenshot for thumbnail. But besides that, we are going to keep everything as the same. We'll keep facecam on, and I will be streaming every episode live on both YouTube and Twitch. So come and say hello if you guys want to get some advice or something. So yeah, everybody in chat, by the way, YouTube chat, unfortunately, because YouTube does not have a good compatibility with streaming, does not have the ability to show chat yet. I'll look into that, but Twitch people are saying hello actively. Say hello if you guys want to. So yeah, updates. This account was in Diamond League when we recorded the last episode, which was episode 50. So obviously a bunch of things have happened. Because we've been gone for 200 days, we've gotten stuff like this. So the operation has ended. So we got 1 million silver for that, apparently. We get flashbanged by a Pathfinder upgrade. So we'll probably keep investing in the Pathfinder. This is something that's really, really big. The black market got completely reworked. So a lot of things have changed. This is one of the things I should comment on right now. The black market has shifted from being the original bronze, silver, and gold chests, so 10, 100, and 1,000 keys, and then the super chest at 9,000 keys. They've completely reworked it. We'll be taking a look at this in a second. One thing I will say, though, is pilots now are incredibly hard to get. This, on the other hand, is the reason why the title of this episode is this title. So for those of you guys who do not know, the War Robots Returnee Rewards is this, basically. So the way you get this is by never logging into your account for around 30 days minimum. We don't know the exact time frame. That's something I'll probably look into in the future. But for now, all we know is that if you AFK for 35 or 40 days just to be safe, so that means you never open up War Robots, you never log into your account. It's okay to make a second account and log into that one, as long as you don't log on to the account you're trying to go for Returnee Rewards on, and you get something like this. So the reason why these rewards are really good is because if you're free to play, you get a lot of stuff. For starters, you get 5 silver robot pads. So you guys can see here, we get a robot silver pad right now. As you guys know, the current meta has the Vulcan as the newest bot, with Shalgoth, Vector, and Anaxer as the recent releases. And this pad also can get you the pilots for those robots, and then if you're lucky, a gold robot data pad, which gives you special edition versions of those robots and their drones, right? So this is obviously really good. However, let me just quickly look at the overall rewards. You have 5 purple pads. You get 7 days of VIP split across day 3 and day 9. You get 300 platinum, 500 memoriam, 1,000 gold, 5,000 power cells, 1,000 modules, an upgrade token, and the god of all rewards that every free-to-play player dreams of getting, an ultimate data pad. Now, this is not something that I highly recommend investing into if you're free to play, but if you already have a decent hanger, and let's say you're in Champions League, you're struggling to get new gear, this is a great way to get ultimate data pads for free. This is probably the best way to get ultimate data pads for free, although it does come at the cost of not playing War Robots for 35, 40 days. So I do recommend only do this if you either 1, want to take a break from War Robots and do other stuff in life, or 2, have a second account that you actively play on. So for those of you guys who are watching this series and you have thought about wanting to make a free-to-play account, now is the time. If your main account is struggling, make a second account, baby account, link that to your main device, and then just log out of your main account, play on that account only until 35, 40 days pass, and then boom, you'll have an ultimate data pad with the Returnee Rewards. Now, this is not where these rewards end. The reason why these rewards are so insane is because of these special tasks. So the things get even more insane. If you thought those rewards were insane, wait till you see this. So you guys can see, by partaking in just 2 battles, you get a gold robot data pad. Oh, sorry, a gold weapon data pad. Let me correct my statement there. You also get a ton of other resources, some more power cells, even more platinum, a crap ton of memoriam modules, gold, silver, 1,500 microchips, which is enough to max out 2 drones, by the way, if you wait for a 25% discount. More modules yet again. And at the very end, if you can get 5 living legends, you get 3 upgrade tokens. This is by far the best way to get resources if you're free to play, like I said. There's also this chain. This is a separate chain, by the way. another red gold data pad, even more modules, more platinum, more gold, more silver. It's crazy. And then there's another one after that too. This one is exclusively the red weapon data pad, and then more of the silver gold rewards. These rewards are insane if you're free to play and you're not in like Champions League. Then you have these like mini tasks that I think refresh every day. These have been refreshing every day for me. And then obviously you have this little mini task chain too, which is super easy to do. We're going to do them right now. All you have to do is click on the link and you literally just go back to War Robots and boom, task done. So you get a common pad, you do it again. You get another 1,000,000 silver, which is crazy good. So you do that again, bam, 1,000,000 silver. So we've gotten a common data pad, 1,000,000 silver, 400 power cells now, which is insanely good. Notice how I'm literally not even watching the link itself. I'm literally just clicking on it and coming back. So really good. 100 keys, which unfortunately have not, the value of keys have decreased significantly because keys are a lot harder to get now. But they're still good. A combat booster, again, not the most important thing, but still decent to have. And then I think after that we get a defense booster, yep. So again, coming back, bam. And then I think the last reward is, or is there no other reward? Okay, well those are all the rewards, but still, 1,000,000 silver, common data pad, and some gold, pretty good stuff to have. So these are the Returnee Rewards. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't known about this. I can't talk. If you didn't know about this, and it's a very, very important thing to have. We also have some random events. We are very lucky. We finally got the long-awaited 25% cheaper upgrades on our Titans. So we are going to be maxing out some stuff today. We also have a 40% discount on Space Tech robots, which is really nice too. I don't remember if we have Space Tech robots in our main hangar, but we can take a look at that. And then obviously leaderboard stuff, which we won't be going for because as you guys know, that is very heavily pay to win. So yeah, keys. This offer is pretty good actually if you're a low spender. You guys are spending what, $1.50, $2, $3, $4 for what is basically an offer that would cost like twice as much of that. So pretty good deal in my opinion. $1 for 3 days of premium, in my opinion, it's okay, not the best value offer. We got 600 microchips for a barrel. Well, sorry, 600 microchips and a barrel for $5. Probably one of the better drone offers out there. A Minos for $4, which is decent. Obviously, we're not spending on this account because it is free to play, but pretty interesting to see. So first time logging in, like I said, in 200 days. So we are getting spammed with some new stuff, which is interesting as always. But quickly going through, let's take a look here. Oh my God, there's so many offers. I forgot how many there are. Yeah, so new operations started, as you guys know. This is proof that I haven't logged into the account for a long time. And notice how we have 1,996 keys here. You guys might think, oh, just like in the past, the black market is going to re-roll these into like rewards. Actually, it's changed. On my main account when I claimed this, it translated every single key to 1 gold. So 1996 keys should translate to 1996 gold. Oh, never mind. It spun a 1,000 chest, and we got another solar drone, and then the rest got spun into gold. So I guess that's how they convert it now. Basically, the reason why is because you guys will see in a second, the new black market is completely different. So as you guys can see, I didn't come in, claim any of the rewards, so we are kind of missing out on some stuff, which is a little unfortunate. But besides that, that is besides the point. Let's take a look at some more stuff here. So, okay, I don't understand what I'm getting spammed by. We're getting, what? How do we have so many rewards? What? Okay, wait. I don't understand if this is the game being laggy or if we're getting compensated. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but clearly stuff that we did in the past, you guys can see here. You had event currency left when the event ended. 4 blue pads, a red pad, 15 of whatever that's supposed to be, and then 4 red. I guess that's something else too. So we got a Rex. That's interesting. kind of awkward considering we have our Acho. And then these components too. And we got a Croco. Okay, so we just start off the account with insane stuff. Wait, let me turn off my face cam for a second so that I can just showcase this because this is insane. Bam. So you guys can see here, pretty insane. Wow, I was not expecting those rewards to come. We also have daily login rewards here. I'm actually kind of sad because this login calendar is actually one of the better ones because if you guys can see here, you guys know how hard we worked for our bag lure. They actually gave out the bag lure for free this patch. So this is a really big W from Pixonic. And obviously the new event task as always. I'll just click the link, come back as usual, which should give us 5 points, which means if we get 5 more, we get some more comp pads. You guys know the drill. Now, one big thing I want to say before we continue rolling through this is I saw you guys' comments I know everybody wanted me to use the red and purple pads as well. So we are now going to be using all data pads for the time being. I know a lot of you guys want me to use them. In fact, when I held polls, literally 100% of people wanted me to use the new pads. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll use the new pads, but the moment you guys think, you guys can keep leaving comments and messages in the live streams. If you guys think it's too broken, let me know and I will ban that item temporarily until it goes back into another pad or something. So hopefully you guys can do that. Also, you guys know we missed out on some footage. There you go, right here. The thorium shipyard. So this is another big change that they did. The web shop no longer offers thorium, but you guys can see I have some thorium hoarded up. This is what we spent on, and this is how we got a maxed out keel. So this is a good shipyard to spin on if you don't have a clan. If you have a clan though, I highly recommend don't spin on that and instead spin on the clan shipyard, which I'll be talking about more in a second too. So real quick, let me just claim all these new rewards because you guys can see all these operation tasks are highlighted in red because obviously I haven't claimed any of this stuff yet, right? I will say real quick, notice our resource haul. Our resource haul right now is looking really good. Not that much memoriam, but a decent amount of modules, power cells, not power chips, microchips, and then we have a lot of platinum and silver, which is going to be really good for us. So we also have these ad rewards, obviously, that we have to work through every day. So those of you guys on stream, unfortunately, you guys won't have the power of editing to just snap away. But yeah, real quick, let me just watch these ads for the web shop because you guys know, if you guys play on PC, I highly recommend using an emulator like I am with the BlueStacks emulator so that you can actually watch ads to speed up your resources. So let me just quickly watch this. All right, and the ad has been watched, so that's another 450 Redeemer components. And this is our current resource haul. Now, one thing I will say, I am very, very bummed we did not get a Nuo. So these Samjock and Nuo components are trash because they will never come back in pads ever again. You guys also can see I have currently way too many keel components, so we might sell those for silver in the future, or we'll just hoard them because you never know. And then this is the new black market. So obviously you guys saw me talking about this. The season is coming to an end, spend your keys. Thank you for letting us know. This is how the new black market is. So I'm sure those of you guys who are watching this video in the future know about this already. They have changed the super chest to be 50,000 keys now, which is impossible to get for a free-to-play player as far as my math is concerned. But if you were to open this chest, you could get an ultimate Ares or an ultimate Pulsar. If you want either of those, buying some keys and waiting for a 200% discount, 25,000 keys should cost you less than $10. So you can get an ultimate Pulsar or ultimate Ares for less than $10 if you choose to. That's one of the cheaper ultimates you can get. That aside, they've updated all of the chests entirely. So there is no more like super chest that's going to include other bots and titans. Those are now split into separate categories. So you guys can see here, there are 3 permanent chests here, you guys can see. So the first one is the robots chest. This is now going to have a guaranteed robot, just regular editions though, so no special editions. And it also is the chest that has the lucky title in it. So this is going to be the chest that you want to get if you don't have any new robots. Anything you get from this chest, just like the super chest back then, when we were recording in the past, are going to be good for your hangar. Every single bot in here would be a bot that I would welcome into the hangar right now in Diamond League. So this is an insanely good chest. Also, if you're curious, the chance for lucky title is still 0.01%, but all the other bots have an equal chance of 2.78% chance to get, which is really good in my opinion because you can get some really solid stuff from here. For instance, you guys can see the newer bots, Strix, Teth, Leo, Nuo, Samjock even. We have Dux, Baglior, Raptor, Ravager technically could be good. Pathfinder you already know is really good because we've been using it. We've got a bunch of other stuff too. Acho there as well. Point being, this basically has all the robots that aren't in the workshop right now. Except they also have some bots that are in the workshop. You guys can see like Lynx, Crisis, Ophian I think is also in the workshop, and then the emoji is there too. But point being, it's still a really good chest. For only 2,000 keys, a guaranteed robot is really nice, considering in the past, you would have to spend, well, with a 200% bonus, you would have to spend 4,000 keys to get a chance of a robot, right? But now you just need 2,000 keys and you get a guaranteed robot of your choice. However, you also have this. So the weapons chest is now separate as well. These are all the regular edition weapons, so no special edition stuff, but you are guaranteed to get a weapon, and they include weapons from the recent blue pads. So anything that has now exited the blue pad is now here. And it also includes some workshop weapons too. So in my opinion, this is really nice. They got rid of all the purple weapons, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that's still good because now you're guaranteed to have a pretty much like decent weapon every time you spin the 1,000 chest now. So this, in my opinion, is a really good change from Pixonic. this is probably one of the better chests that you can open. Although I will say the odds of you getting the weapon that you really want is only a 1.56% chance. So do keep in mind your odds are going to be a little low if you're looking for just one weapon in that pool. That aside, this is the chest that excites me the most. So they have also made a separate Titan chest entirely. This chest, in my opinion, you're going to get a lot more Titans than you are weapons. Because as you guys can see here, the Titan pool is approximately like 1/3 of the stuff you can get from the Titan chest. So there's a big chance you're going to get duplicate Titans very often, which is a little bit of a bummer. However, all these Titan weapons are now available as well. So anything, obviously the Veneer Vincier and the Torch weapons, unfortunately, will not be in this pad or in this chest. However, I do believe next update, when the Veneer Vincier exit the Titan pad and instead the new weapons come in, then the Veneer Vincier will eventually come inside this chest as well, which is a really big W because those are decent weapons to have. Obviously, we have one ourselves, so we'd be able to complete the setup. But yeah, 4,000 keys for one spin is a bit of a high price. But as you guys can see, the Titans and the weapons all have an equal chance. You guys can see here. Actually, no, the Titans are only a 2% chance. So maybe it's a little bit lower regardless. But what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times 2. So you have a roughly 28% chance. Well, not roughly. 28% chance, roughly 30% chance of getting a Titan from spinning this chest. The other 70%, you're going to get a weapon, which is pretty good. So pretty good chest. The only downside is, again, it is 4,000 keys. So you're basically spinning the same amount of keys you would in the past as you would for a super chest. So you're only going to be able to get 2 or 3 of these chests a month. And that's if you're grinding really hard. Now, this chest, in my opinion, is one of the best ones that you can get. These last 2 chests, as you guys can see here, have a timer on them. They rotate every time those timers hit 0. And this is one of the best chests, in my opinion, because you can get pretty much every single drone in the game. Again, that's not in the data pads right now. So this is insanely good. You can get the Scarabeus drone, which is, in my opinion, still decent if you run physical shield stuff. And also it's decent for EMP bots. Obviously not the best anymore now that Teth has been nerfed really hard. But you have some solid other drones. You have Alpo, you have the Chonga drone, which is really good for phase shifters. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on Ravana, but still good for your other phase shift bots if you have them. You have, obviously, the Moderator. The Webby drone is insanely good if you have the Omen Vulcan. The Omen Vulcan can activate the level 12 rust effect constantly because of the built-in penetration. So S tier drone, also really good in general because the damage of this drone is really high. Condor drone, and then everything else as well. Also, we have the brand new debut of Armadillo back again in the free-to-play pool. So Armadillo is now finally free-to-play, which is a huge W because Armadillo, despite what they do in Extermination, where the enemies can mitigate your defense points, Armadillo is still a great drone to have. And on my main account, when I'm clearing stage 4 and 5, if I don't have Armadillo, my account struggles. In fact, even over the signature drones of the recent metabots, I always use a maxed out Armadillo for my Extermination clears. So having Armadillo available to all free-to-play players is an insanely good thing. So obviously, one of the best chests out there right now. Highly recommend spending on it because you only need to spend 1,000 keys for it too. Now, the promo chest is also decent. You guys can see here, this is a mix and match of everything that is currently in theme for that chest. So this promo chest is always changing its theme. Sometimes it's special edition stuff, sometimes it's pilots, sometimes it's like different factions, as you guys can see here. This is the Evil Life Black Market. So the Evil Life Black Market is fun because for 2,000 keys, you can get any of the Evil Life robots currently in the Black Market, on top of the Evil Life weapons, the Evil Life pilots. So it's going to be kind of unfortunate if you spend 2,000 keys and land on a pilot, but luckily for you, these pilots are all decent, so good for that. And if you're really lucky, you can get a discount, and you can actually get the Titan stuff and the Titan pilot for 2,000 keys, which is pretty good. Obviously, Chef Broil is only 1,000 keys if you spend it on the pilot shipyard, or the pilot black market chest, so getting Chef Broil is going to be a little bit of a downer, but Chef Broil is still really good for the Atlas regardless, so W gain, if I'd say. And also you can get the Bifrost for free. You might think this is goated, but I actually differ. I think the Bifrost in this chest is actually one of the weaker rewards you can get because currently in the clan shipyard, you can get the Bifrost for free as long as you get your thorium, which again, we should probably talk about. So you guys can see the web shop, if we quickly look at it. So you guys know, oh my God, let's go back to the War Robots web shop here. So War Robots web shop. On the internet, you go to this link right here, and it's the first link right here. You can close the other link once you're done, and you'll get redirected to the War Robots web shop. Now, I am not logged in right now, but if I just quickly sign into my Gmail account here, you can log back in, and then this is really important to have because you can still gain rewards in the web shop. However, I will say the web shop has been nerfed significantly for beginner players. I think for endgame players, this is better, but for people who have been just starting out the game, it's a lot weaker. So obviously this is the place where you can buy D-Gems. If you guys don't know, I now have a creator code. It's Yo-Yo Bretta. I tested it myself the other day. It works. So if you want to buy stuff, which I don't recommend unless you know what you're buying, then you feel free to use my code. Otherwise, go to the gift section if you're free to play like I am right now. Go claim this 500 modules if you haven't. This is a heads up for you. If you haven't watched the free-to-play, all the videos in the free-to-play series, definitely do this. You get 500 modules for free. This is a huge resource bonus for you if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, you can get 500 modules for free, and they changed the thorium rewards. So you guys know in the past, every week you could get 500 thorium, and every day you could get 100 thorium. They've changed that, and they've removed thorium completely, and instead now every day you can get a common data pad. Now, this is good and bad, because as you guys know, the web shop used to be your main source of thorium if you didn't play actively. But now, you only get a common data pad. So that's 7 common data pads a week, which in my opinion is better if you're a late game player because you don't really need thorium. There we go. So we got a common data pad for free, and that is now going to be in game. So like I said, if you don't have a shipyard yet, thorium is going to be a big resource that you're going to be missing out on now. However, I will say, never forget that if you are in a clan, you can just go to this clan tasks and you'll be able to see it says available tasks 0 right now. If you are in a clan, the maximum amount of tasks you can have if your clan is a high level is 7. And those refresh every day. So that is 7 tasks that you get every day. That is 350 thorium if you complete all those tasks. And I highly recommend you do them because yes, they take 3 ads each for the longer ones, but it is still a guaranteed 350 thorium a day. That is, if you do the math, was that 350 times 7, that is 2,450 thorium a week, which is more than what we had before. Because before, remember, I wasn't in a clan, you would get 700 a day, well, 700 a week from daily login, plus 500 extra, which is 1,200. So you still get twice as much as you would from the web shop alone if you are in a clan and you are consistently doing your tasks. Yes, that means you have to play more War Robots, but at the end of the day, you're playing War Robots regardless, so just make sure you get on top of it, do your thorium tasks, because every time you do those tasks, think about it, every week you're getting 2450 thorium. That is enough to spin this shipyard 12 times. And if you do that for a month, you are spinning this shipyard 48 times, right? So I highly recommend you do that. That is the only way you can get thorium now, unfortunately, so that is a little bit of a nerf. But in exchange, once you have a maxed mothership, as you guys know, I currently have a maxed keel on the free-to-play account, I no longer have a use for thorium. Unless I'm spinning for a different mothership now that I don't have, or I want to donate thorium to my clan, right? So unless I'm doing that, I really don't need thorium anymore. So once you get past a certain point, for long-term players who have played the game for a long time, they've gotten all the shipyards they've wanted, they've gotten all the motherships they need. Now thorium only becomes something where you can kind of flex by saying, hey, clan, I play a lot of War Robots, here's my donations for thorium, and now you can use that to improve the clan. But besides that, if you're not really a clan player, then you don't really have a use for thorium. In exchange, now you get a common pad every day, which is really good because these common pads are guaranteed to give you something good, right? Yes, most of the time you're only going to get components, but components for the most part will still give you something good in the end of the day. They can either translate directly to silver, you can get some fairly still metabots, like his status is still good, Rex is a lot weaker now than what we saw in the past, but it's still a decent bot to have if you play it right. And then Amit currently is still Champions League tier, so getting 10 common pads every 10 days, or basically you get 30 common pads a month now for free. On average, 30 common pads is insanely good. You're guaranteed to get a special reward after like 40 pads that you open. So you're pretty much guaranteed to get a guaranteed reward like every month now compared to the past, which is really good. In my opinion, this is a good change because now you're going to have a lot more frequency to getting these pilots for the new bots you get, and you're going to get a lot more weapons and robots than before. So W change from Pixonic in my opinion. Yes, I know it was controversial that they got rid of thorium, but replacing it with the common pad is still really good. So speaking of which, let me just open these up while we're here. So we'll open these up. So you guys can see we got 1,000 Elox components. We open this again. Wait, why did the number not change? Am I tripping? 1,000 Hippo components. Okay, maybe I had 4 common pads, I don't know. Do it again. 1,000 Rex components. And then last, Another blue reward, we got 1,000 Mirix components. So these components will keep racking up, and these will translate directly to silver. So if you guys don't know, let's say you don't want these weapons anymore. So let's say, oh, I don't want the Mirix. What you can do instead is you can literally just hit the trash can button, and if you wanted to, I'm not going to do this by the way, you could literally sell these for silver. And this is a great way to get silver if you don't have that, right? So pretty decent in my opinion. You're still going to get a lot of stuff. And now let me get into some more exciting stuff. So as you guys know, the Returnee Reward gave us the silver robot datapad. However, I'm pretty sure this has been confirmed, the first silver robot datapad that you open from this Returnee Reward is guaranteed to give you the most recent bot that has released. So that means we should be getting a Vulcan from this silver robot datapad. Now, as you guys know, I have allowed using these pads because you guys voted for it. So let's open this red weapon datapad first and see what we get. So we got a blue again. We got 1,000 Urhogs, so this is the heavy weapon for the Shoggoth. And then this is going to give us a Vulcan. So this is going to turn gold. As you guys saw, it did turn gold. And we should be getting a Vulcan here, as you guys can see. So this is a guaranteed reward. This is a guaranteed reward, as you guys know. Guaranteed Vulcan. So if you were to get the Returnee Rewards and you were to log in the next patch, you would get the new robot Fang instead. So highly recommend you try the Returnee Rewards because it is guaranteed to give you a new Metabot. So we have the Vulcan now on the free-to-play account. This is allowed on this account. However, I will warn you, this thing is broken in the lower leagues. Because if you don't know what the Vulcan does, it is basically like Prime Test. It has a 542,000 health force field on its ability, and has a built-in weapon that deals an insane amount of damage. I will showcase this more while we play it. Vulcan is also a robot that you really want to get to Mark II and Mark III, from my experience. So we'll get into this in a second, but yeah. And by doing so, we also got the Vulcan, which is guaranteed to give us 15 points. So if you do the Returnee Rewards, you're also guaranteed to get these 10 comm pads, which is pretty cool. So we'll just also open up these real quick and see what else we get. I think we are due for a gold reward. Yep, there we go. So let's open up this and see what we get. We got 1,000 Mirix, another 1,000 Mirix, so that's a Mirix for us. Pylum, Gladius. We got a full Pylum. This is really good. This is the heavy weapon for the Hestatus. We got the Rex Pilot, so that's also decent. We got the Hestatus Pilot. And then more Rex components. I think that means we have another, yeah, we definitely have another Rex now. So boom. So as you can see, these comm pads are still really good. And if we go to the components here, we can assemble another Rex, which is insane. And then on top of that, we can also assemble another Mirix, which is also insane. So this is pretty good. Like I said, if you don't know, these pads are really good. And then I think we also get some extra rewards from here for opening pads. So here's our red weapon data pad that we are also going to be using. So if we just unlock this real quick, this is guaranteed to give you a special edition weapon from the red pads, obviously. So if we just open this up, let's see what we get. Anything that we get from this is going to be broken. If we can get a Lumen weapon, it's going to be very good because we can pair that. And we did get a Lumen weapon. This is going to be really good because we can pair this with the Vulcan. And this weapon is insanely good if you don't know. They're basically the bendy bullet weapons from the Harpy and Siren, but these are energy guns instead of physical damage. So this is insanely good. This weapon is incredibly strong, and we also, because we opened up one of those pads, we get some more leaderboard rewards too. So like I said, as the title of this video shows, one of the best this is not even one of the best. This is hands down the best free-to-play reward that you can get. All you have to do is AFK from the game for 30 days, which is a little bit of a bummer, but if you can do it, you do get some insane rewards. So another common pad, and then more stuff here too. So we can open that up one more time, which is crazy. So just from this video alone so far, this is the tally of all the stuff we've gotten, which is pretty insane. So, and more Elox components too. So let me just reconfigure our hangar a little bit because we have gotten so much stuff from just the past like couple minutes of opening stuff. So I guess first things first, let me go add stuff to our hangars. So where are we here? So Extra Leo Doc there too. I guess what we'll do is we're going to quickly swap in the new stuff that we got just now. So where are we? So you guys can see we have the Vulcan. This is going to be going in our main hangar because this thing is busted. We can swap out the Griffin here with the Rex. And then I guess we can slap on another Rex in this side hangar too. So I guess we'll keep the Leo because this thing is doing us a lot of stuff right now. And then I will bench the other Leo that's in the game and then put the Rex in here. So our hanger has basically doubled in the bots that we got. So pretty insane. And yeah. So I'll add on the weapons and stuff in a second. Also, because we haven't been for a while, we do have season reset rewards. You guys can see we get some gold every time the season resets. And then obviously they also changed the honor point chests. So you guys can see now you get silver and keys from this, which you didn't get in the past. And in exchange, they have heavily nerfed extermination, so that now extermination does not give you silver. You guys can see here, we do not get silver from extermination anymore, which is a big bummer. However, that does mean advancing higher in leagues is an actual incentive now. But the extermination is still good to clear though, don't get me wrong. You still get gold, you get power cells, you get modules, oh sorry, not modules, you get keys, you still get your 250 platinum every week, which is a huge resource for free-to-play players. And you get 2 Doritos if you can clear stage 4 and 5. So definitely still worth checking out. Extermination is a lot harder than what it was before, but I still recommend doing it every week if you can. And we get 40 microchips from the store today. So make sure you claim that daily reward too. And we get an ad for 40 microchips. So let me just quickly watch this because I've never gotten this before and this is insane. All right, boom, the ad has been watched. 40 microchips. There we go. So currently our resource haul looks like this. We are now at 544 microchips, which is really good. That is a big haul for people like us. And yeah, this is another thing that I want to say that got changed. The supply center has actually been completely revamped. Now you're guaranteed to get this gold reward every day, and the gold reward is actually really good. It can be 1,000 microchips, it can be an upgrade token, it can be 2,000 keys as you guys saw there, it can be 10 million silver. There's a lot of different stuff. So you guys can see here, upgrade token, 500 platinum is another one, 1,000 gold is another one. You guys can see 1,000 microchips here as well, 2,000 keys. So yeah, this changes every day. So let's just quickly spin this and see if we can manage to land on 2,000 keys, because that would be pretty sick. You have around an 8% chance to do it. Okay, so first reward, let's see what we get. 100,000 silver, okay. Not the best. And also they added this. You now have to have a delay before you can watch the supply center again, which kind of sucks. But yeah, if you're playing on your phone, I don't think the PC version of my War Robots has this delay. You spin 3 times in exchange for watching no ads, but if you have to watch ads, I think you can only watch one every 5 minutes. So we'll come back to this in a bit, but 100,000 silver for that. And then finally, besides that, what else do we have to look at? I think this is another thing we have to watch now, so let's watch this real quick. All right, so we got 100 keys from that, and you can watch that once every 12 hours. So it's just like the workshop, where every time you watch an ad here, you can get it every 12 hours. There is a hack that you can do to make this instantly reset, and I will be talking about it in a guide. For those of you guys who are watching this video right now though, I will tell you, all you have to do is make sure you sign in and save all your account info so that you don't lose your account. But if you have your progress linked, that you guys can see here, I'm signed in right now, you can actually uninstall War Robots and reinstall it. And when you reinstall War Robots, your ads will be reset. So you can actually watch the workshop rewards. Like this ad will be available again, and this ad right here will be available again. So if you want to farm ads constantly, just delete and re-download War Robots. However, I will say you don't get free ads. So you guys know after watching a certain number of ads, you have to play games to get more ads. That still exists. It's just that the limit for how many ads you can watch per thing that you're doing, so like Black Market Chest Workshop, those limits get reset. So if you play, what my recommendation is if you're constantly grinding for those ads, watch those ads, play some games, uninstall, reinstall, watch more ads, play more games, and rinse and repeat. That is what I recommend. So yeah, highly recommend doing that. Very good. And then the last things we have to work on before we move on to the... Oh, wait, what? We got a free Dorito? Wait, pause. Checking. What do you mean checking? Yeah, I literally clicked on it and exited out. So I don't know if we're going to get it right now, but we'll see. Yeah, while that's checking, while that's in the middle of checking, I'm going to go see if we can get some other stuff. So obviously the My Games launcher does not have these ad rewards. These are still worth watching every day. So let me just go watch all these real quick. All right, ads have been watched. So you guys can see here, once again, we have claimed all of our rewards as usual. And yeah, again, this offer's still here. We're free to play, so we're not getting it. But yeah, that marks the end of these shopping cart ads, which is what I like to call them because it's a shopping cart, right? And then back to here. Let me spin this one more. Okay, never mind. I guess that it's not available. But there is one last thing we need to do, which is these daily task ads. But apparently the ads are unavailable right now. So don't know what that's about. Maybe I have to restart War Robots and see if it's working or not. It could just be lagging. All right, I'll be right back. Let me just restart this. Okay, restarted the game. Oh my god, this is a banger offer. What? Well, let me just scroll through those real quick. No, I do not want to exit the game. I want to spin some more stuff. Okay, ads unavailable. Daily tasks are also unavailable right now. Okay, whatever. I guess the system, for some reason, is iffy. But yeah, that is going to be it for this part. So we claimed pretty much everything that we had to. Obviously, supply center stuff isn't fully claimed yet. Daily missions aren't fully claimed yet. So that's something that you want to do if you keep playing. But now what I highly recommend you do is, if you don't have a clan, join a clan. I have some, never mind, apparently I don't have any stuff, but I am going to be making a clan right now. Feel free to join it if you guys want to. So create a clan. I'm going to be calling this, what should we call it? I'll call it the Brutta Hub. Just as the Discord server name is, we'll call it the Brutta Hub. And for the clan tag, we'll call it, can I do yo-yo? Yes. I'll do yo-yo. Gee. This. Perfect. And then the clan region is going to be USA. Oh wait, somebody already has this clan tag. Pause. Does this work at least? Yes. Okay, all caps. So here we go. Brutta Hub, yo-yo. There you go. If you guys would like to join, feel free to. I don't even know how the clan ID would work, but there you go. That's what it is right there. So feel free to join. King Shot, call it King Shot. Sorry, we did not call it that. But here's the clan. I'm gonna actually donate my thorium. Actually, maybe not yet. But you guys can see here, management. This is what the clan stuff looks like. And apparently, when does the shipyard itself unlock? Let's see. Allows other sections to be upgraded. Okay, I guess we'll have to look at that. But I'm already getting some people invites to the clan itself. So I'm not going to accept friend requests right now, as you guys know, because I want to keep it a little bit of a format. If you guys want to play in the games, I will, like I said, accept you guys as a friend. But do know that at the end of each episode, I will be unfriending you for this account specifically, so that the friends list stays empty, because that's actually an issue I have on my main account where my friends list is too full. Yeah, here we go. If you guys want to join, feel free. Apparently there's only 10 slots right now, but as this thing grows, we will have more slots. So I guess for now, let me just donate my thorium because I don't really need it, as you guys know. Highly recommend, by the way, if you guys are in the clan right now, donate. I'm not typically on top of all that stuff, but I do recommend donating, because right now we cannot actually upgrade the... Oh, never mind. Perfect. People have already donated thorium. Thank you for that. You guys are lifesavers. So here's how it goes. I just need to upgrade this part. And then boom, we have hopefully another section now. I guess the shipyard itself is not unlocked yet, so let me just quickly do that. So increase clan tasks to 4. We build this. And then when is the shipyard unlocked? Let's see. Officer Academy, that's not what I want to unlock right now. Okay, I don't know when shipyard unlocks, but that's probably something that we're going to have to work on over time. Let's see. 5 officers, new officers, power charge plant, workshop speed, clan task availability increase. This is probably the thing you want to focus on the most. And then I guess you need a level 10 starbase to actually unlock the shipyard. But point is, once the shipyard unlocks, it's going to be really good, because I'll be able to showcase you guys what the shipyard is like. If you guys don't know what the shipyard looks like, this is an image from my main account. This is where you can get the Bifrost right now, and I believe it's also the Stealther and the new Ryla mothership that's currently in the shipyard. So recommend doing that. Oh my god, we have a lot of invites. I guess I'll accept these for now. I'll just accept them in terms of order that we have right now, and then whenever the clan size gets bigger, if I can't fill more accepts, then we'll just wait. Yeah, I think I can accept everyone for now. So yeah, lucky for us, we already have 16 members in the clan, so lucky you guys if you guys are in the stream right now and have priority. But anyways, that is it for the War Robots emulator. So not what emulator, what am I saying? The BlueStacks emulator. So I'm gonna go over to the My Games launcher now, and we can showcase some gameplay of our new hangar. So I will see you guys over there. All right, so we are on the My Games launcher now, and you guys can see here, nothing updated from this side. However, I will say, the subscribe to the newsletter. I'm currently doing that on my thing, but apparently I'm now subscribed, and it should say that I have the reward now. Yes, there we go. So once you subscribe to the newsletter, you get a free upgrade token, which is really nice. I think you can get this every time you get the Returnee Rewards, which is really good. And then, yeah, some other stuff too. Obviously, now I also have clan tasks. So this is what I mean. My clan is not high level right now, but you can have up to 7 maximum, and these refresh every day. So notice how before we would get, what is that? 1,200 thorium a week. Now we still get, what is that? 200 thorium a day now, times 7. So we still get 14. We actually get more than before. We have 1,400 thorium a week now. So there you go. I wasn't going to make a clan until we hit Champions League, but now we are in a clan and we have more requests here. So I'll just accept, like I said, from top down. And then if there's no more space, like I said, once the clan is currently full right now. Once this thing expands, which hopefully will be sometime soon. Actually, I think I might be able to expand it again right now. Actually, this is insane. So, okay, we don't have enough thorium yet. And I'm not going to turn on these yet until we actually level up the clan to the point where we get some more stuff activated. But once these go up and we can invite more people to the clan, then hopefully things will be good. But yeah, anyways, clan stuff aside, now that we have tasks, the supply center stuff as well, let's go spin 2 more times on this thing. So spin number 1, or I guess spin number 2 technically, lands us on 1,000,000 silver, which is still a good reward. And our last reward, I'm just going to speed it up. We got 2,000 keys. Okay, so the Bread of Luck strikes once again. So we have 2,000 keys now. And this black market ends in literally the next 6 hours and 37 minutes. So there's no point in waiting for a super chest bonus now. So I'm just going to spin it. Let's see what I should get. So the weapons shipyard, robot shipyard, or not shipyard, chest, or the drones chest. I actually think for the sake of us right now, I think our best choice is either spinning the promo chest or 2 of the drones chests, because these drones can actually have a huge impact on our account. So let's take a look. Everyone wants a new robot, but like I said, right now, our hangar does not really need new robots. So I was actually thinking, for the sake of our account right now, it doesn't actually matter what we spin on, but weapons could be a good choice. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm looking at the weapons in here. There's not really a specific weapon I'm looking at. So I think right now, I might honestly just spin on the promo chest. I think this is what I want to spin on. So I'm going to leave it up to fate and see what we get. We got Strix. Okay, that's probably one of the worst rewards we could have gotten. Not because Strix is bad, but because we already have a Strix. So we got a Strix from that. Not the best reward, but it's fine. And I guess we already have an extra Strix, but yeah, we'll keep the steel Strix here on the showcase. But yeah, as you guys can see, we now also have a second Strix, which is kind of funny. Our hangar is now looking a lot more decked out, and here's where I'm going to make some changes to the hangar. So as you guys know, currently our main robot is the Achikachi, although it has been upgraded recently to the Pathfinder. So the Pathfinder right now is the strongest bot in our hangar. However, because we have gotten ourselves the Vulcan is now going to be the strongest robot that we have. So I'm going to make an executive decision here. I think Leo is probably our least used robot in this hangar. So Leo, despite being my goat, I'm going to move you over to hangar number 2. We're not delegating you to hangar 4. And then Teth here has been nerfed quite hard. So we are delegating you to hangar 4 and bringing up our Leo. Now, I will say something for those of you guys watching this episode. The ARM weapons are now completely limited edition. These weapons are now no longer obtainable, which is a bit of a bummer, but they are good if you own them. And obviously we're upgrading the bag. We're unlocking more stuff for the Baglio right now. This thing is crazy. We have the Pyloms as well. So low key, we might actually be able to stop making Redeemers and go more for a mid-range setup, because we actually have the Pylum, we have 2 Lenanis already, and then we can probably, for the time being, swap in a Subduer or something. And it would be a decent mid-range build. So maybe we pause Redeemer and then we go for something else instead. But I'll still make 4 Redeemers for the time being so that we can still showcase the Baglio Redeemer build. And then besides that, Leech obviously needs more weapons. And then we have Rex, but we already invested in Ocho, so I'm going to finally give our boy the stuff that he deserves in the form of the Murex, first of all. Okay, I know that the Blaze Murex looks better, but we already have a level 5 Murex, so that's why I'm putting that on. We will eventually swap them over to the Blaze Murexes because these things look insanely cool. And then as for light weapons, we unfortunately do not have anything else at the moment, but this is still a decent setup. And then for the sake of fun, we got a free solar drone, so we'll have the solar drone here. For the next bot that I'm making, the workshop, actually, you know what? That's a good shout. Let's pause the Redeemer for a bit, as we can always come back to this whenever we want. And I'm actually going to go make another robot. So the robot that I want to make for us is either the Lynx, because it's a really good Saboteur bot, or the Loki. And I'm actually going to say, let's go with the Loki first, because Loki is incredibly strong. As a beacon capper, it's probably the best beacon capper in the game right now. Where the heck is Loki? There we go. The Loki is the best beacon capper in the game right now. It is an insanely strong and fun bot. And paired with the Keel, this thing is broken. So very solid bot. Yes, by the way, Sherney, meta stuff is now allowed on the main account, which brings us back to the Vulcan. We do not have the Vulcan pilot, which is going to make things a little bit rougher for us. However, I do want to put on some weapons here. So first things first, we're going to slap on the weapon. You got to be careful where you slot in weapons when you have only one strong weapon. I'm actually going to put this thing on this slot right here. So I think that slot should be this one. Let's take a look. Wrong. So this slot right here is going to be this weapon right here. So let me just quickly unequip the Omen Lumen and swap it on right here. The reason why I'm putting it here is because putting your weapon on the side of your robot makes it really good for corner shooting. And these weapons you want to be corner shooting. So I'll put them over here for now. And then I guess for the other two weapons we have, technically speaking, you'd really want to go mid-range with the Vulcan, but I guess we can, for the time being, slap on some Murexes. So this isn't an optimal build by any means, but we can slap on the Murex here. And one thing we could consider is actually we have 4 Murexes. We could technically put the Murexes on our Leech, and our Leech is going to have a decent build. No, not right now. Wait, that actually reminds me. I need to turn off squad invites for a second because we'll do squad invites later, but I'm going to pause them for the time being. We'll turn them on though, so don't worry. And then we do need some mid-range stuff. Ideally, you would have some decent mid-range weapons, but unfortunately we don't really have anything, so I'm just going to slap on 2 POWs. These are literally just placeholder weapons. I'm not going to really upgrade the POWs right now, despite them still being decent. And as for drones, we don't have any drones, unfortunately. But obviously the best drone for the Vulcan is the Lar drone. At max level, this thing heals up like a quarter of its health every time it gets a kill, which is insane. But we don't have the Lar drone, so we're not going to be using that. I will say though, now that we have a decent amount of modules, it is going to be good to unlock all these pathways. So let me just quickly do this. My recommendation for you is get the nuclear reactor. For the module itself, I highly recommend getting the shield breaker module because people spam a lot of Amets in this league. And then I'm going to go to the damage dealer pathway, and I'm going to quickly unlock all these. Remember, you'll want to do this with there's a 10% discount. I'm being impatient here and just leveling up all these right now. So overdrive unit, and then the nuclear amplifier. I highly recommend maxing out this thing first. So there we go, level 3 nuclear amplifier. It's good to upgrade the overdrive unit too, but we're going to leave that be for now. And then going over to the other bots that we can include, we have the Rex. I'm going to leave Rex untouched for now. So our main hanger is going to be the Vulcan, Pathfinder, Ocho, the Baglior, and the Leo. So we have our 5 bots. Remember, King Gary over here is going to be chilling in the hangar 1. He's going to be here all the way until Champions League. And then later on, when we have no more use for gold, I will unlock this 5th slot, so we have a bit more leeway. I don't know why I'm getting a notification here when we already spent everything. Whatever. Anyways, now let's get on to the main event. So there's a 25% Titan discount, as you guys know. This is our biggest thing. So we have a Moonin, which is not needed anymore, and we have a Chasm. And then for alpha weapons, we have a Void and a Veneer. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going to max this thing to level 25. So you guys saw from the clips how stupid this thing was in the previous episodes. Now we are going to be leveling this thing up all the way to level 25. So for those of you guys who don't know, this defense mitigation is going to be incredibly good for us now. We can bypass last stands, and we're going to be doing an insane amount of damage output. It is going to be stupid how strong we are. Sorry, I had an alarm ring. So yeah, maxing this out. So notice how it took basically 1,000 platinum to fully max the veneer. That means we have enough platinum to max out our other weapons as well. So obviously, the Ether does not want to use the Void and Chasm. However, the reason why I said upgrade the weapons first is because remember, modules make your Titan strong, and weapons make it even stronger. The Titan itself does not need to be leveled up unless you are playing a Brawler or an Attack type Titan later on once you've invested in everything already, right? And currently, the Ether is not actually going to be the main Titan we take to Champions League. In my opinion, I think the best Titan that we've got so far for Champions League is actually going to be the Indra. So I'll probably level up the Indra, assuming we don't get an Atlas or Princeps or some other broken Titan from the feature pads. But for now, I want to invest in a Brawler for Champions League. You want to use a Brawler. I wish we were playing back a couple of months ago when the Bedware was in the login calendar last update. But unfortunately, I wasn't playing then. So we missed out on the Bedware. However, for the time being, the Ether is going to be a really good free-to-play Titan. So remember, order is always alpha first. So now I'm going to max out the Void. This could take a while since I'm literally spam clicking, as you guys can see. So we're leveling it up. The damage output, as you guys can see, has gone up significantly as well. So this weapon's going to hit like a truck now as well. So this thing is going to be instantly strong. However, I will say, while we haven't played on this account for a while, the meta has shifted, as you guys know. So we are going to be fighting against Vulcans, we're going to be fighting against Shoggoths, we're going to be fighting against a lot of Amits as well. So the Ether might die really fast now because the Shoggoth weapons are actually really good at killing Titans. So those Shantak Urhogs, whatever they're called, those weapons are going to be really good at sniping down Ether, so we have to be careful. However, that depletes most of our platinum supply, and I'm not going to actually upgrade the Ether because while upgrading this might seem like a good idea, I'm actually going to leave it be. Because remember, we want to hoard a platinum. Now that we have 3 weapons maxed out, our next priority is going to start, it's going to be leveling up our Titan, whatever we actually go into, and that's going to take 7,500 platinum with a 25% discount, regardless of what we upgrade. So we're going to be hoarding up for another while. Remember, it took us basically 2 months to get to 3,400 platinum, so we're going to have to wait a bit. But the bright side is, while we did this, we actually got these leaderboard rewards too. So as you guys can see, I spent basically 3,000 platinum, and 3,000 platinum got me 13,000 points. So you spend, I think if you spend 10,000 platinum in total with a 25% discount, you can actually get an ultimate data pad for free. So I highly recommend, if you guys aren't using the Returnee Rewards, to basically hoard up your platinum until you have 10,000 and then upgrade everything at once whenever there's a Titanic Efforts leaderboard ongoing and a 25% Titan discount, which there typically will be. But enough yap, we are now qualified to test out our hanger. Although while I say that, I do actually want to slap on some other stuff here too. So for the time being, I'm going to put in Medea here. And there is a specific skill I'm looking for the Vulcan. So I'm going to pray that we get lucky. We did not get it, unfortunately. The skill that you want on the Vulcan, if your Vulcan is low level, Death Survivor is actually an ability that you cannot negotiate. The Death Survivor ability is incredibly important because from what I've tested on my main account, the Vulcan's biggest weak point is it never reaching stage 3. Typically, if you're in stage 1 and 2, your ability while you're inside of it is really strong, but the moment the ability ends and you go off onto cooldown, the Vulcan becomes really squishy. So having Death Survivor so that you can get your ability back and get another 550,000 health force field whenever your ability's on cooldown is really useful because you'll be able to more consistently hit stage 3 in your games. So highly recommend getting it. Probably the best ability you can get. So I might actually keep re-rolling pilots until we get lucky and we get one. So obviously these pilots are not going to be good for the Vulcan whatsoever, but I don't want to use Memoriam to get the pilot skill itself because that is going to be fairly expensive. Wait, wrong ability. Okay, so you guys might have seen already. I basically, if you guys don't know what's going on right now, I'm basically trying to randomly roll the level 1 pilots that we have currently in our inventory to try and get the Vulcan's pilot skill that gives you that 50%, when you hit half health, you get your ability back. Because I think that is one of the most important, if not the most important abilities you can get on the Vulcan. Because like I said, Vulcan is a unique robot because it has 3 stages, and its weakness is when it's in stage 1 and 2. When it's outside of its ability, it basically only has like 100,000 to 300,000 health, depending on the level of the robot, which is incredibly squishy. For comparison, that's around the same health that a Nuo has, and you guys know how squishy the Nuo can be. So if it doesn't have its force field, it's squishy, which is why I'm trying to re-roll it for free. But as you guys can see here, I'm being pretty unlucky. The reason why we're not using Memoriam is because, as you guys know, we also have 4 silver robot data pads that are currently in stock from the Returnee Reward program. And I'm thinking I would rather spend 750 Memoriam on the Vulcan pilot when we get it, rather than a random pilot that we are probably not going to be using, because as you guys know, these random pilots do not have signature pilot skills that will help the Vulcan out. So that's why I'm using random spins here, but I end up being unlucky and we don't get it, so I just end up using a random pilot. So without further ado, let's end this time lapse and go back to the video. Okay, as you guys might have seen from that time lapse, we did not end up getting it, which again is reasonable because as you guys can see, the chance of getting it is you have to land not only on these, but also on these. So you only have a 1 in like 20, 30 chance of getting it. So sometimes luck doesn't luck. The reason why I'm not manually choosing this for 750 Memoriam, by the way, is because there is a decent chance that if we are lucky, by getting one of the purple data pads, we can actually get the pilot for the Vulcan, Inez Diaz. So the reason why this pilot is good is because your thresholds for the Vulcan are decreased by 25%, which is incredibly useful for the Vulcan. And that is why I don't want to use Memoriam, because as you guys know, Memoriam is the hardest resource to get for free-to-play players. Not because it's hard to get by itself, because as you guys can see, we have more Memoriam than we do modules and microchips. So you guys might be thinking, oh, you get more Memoriam regardless. So isn't it one of the best free-to-play resources? No, because to max out one pilot to level 70, which you need to do if you're going to be in Champions League, it costs around 10,000 Memoriam, like minimum. So keep in mind, 10,000 Memoriam is going to take you several months to get. And you have to do that for every single one of your robots. So that's going to take you at least half a year just to build those pilots up. Versus drones and modules, you can get a lot faster, because while you get the same amount of Memoriam, microchips, and modules, but Memoriam is far more expensive because you need much more of it, which is why it's the most expensive free-to-play resource, because while you do get all of them like the same time, the Memoriam is the most expensive comparatively. If that makes sense. Again, enough yap. We didn't really get much, so temporarily we're going to put Manny on here because, oh, never mind. Manny doesn't even work on these, work on the Vulcan, so we'll swap you out then. Vulcan deals increased weapon damage. I mean, it's not the one, but we'll go with Hugo for now, just for the time being. So that being said, we are going to now finally hop in some games without delay. So let us go and start match number 1. I am excited to see what we have. All right, so we have dropped in on Abyss. We are on Team Deathmatch, because you guys see there's no beacons. And we're actually going to start with the Vulcan, because I want to show you guys what the Vulcan does. So if you guys don't know, it looks like a little bit of a crab. You guys can notice our medium weapons, or not the medium weapons, the light weapons, the POWs are not activated yet. That is because you don't actually get access to them until you hit stage 2, which is why I say these stages are so important. But lucky for us, the ability on the Vulcan makes this thing a tank. So let me just show you what the ability does. Notice how when I press it, it activates the built-in weapon that pops up on its shoulder. The ability itself lasts for 10 seconds. And you guys will notice we also have a force field. The force field, like I said, has 542,000 health. That gets tankier as you increase in stage. And in case you're wondering how you go up in stage, notice how right here on the bar of our ability, there is 2 little like curved crescents. Those indicate how charged you are. So if we do some damage here, you guys will notice that the bar will slowly go up. So you guys can see here, as we dish out damage, pause. As we dish out damage, that bar is slowly going to charge. Unfortunately for us right now, because we do so little damage, we can't actually see the bar going up. Because remember, this is a level 1 Vulcan. Do not forget that. But you guys can see here, even with level 1 weapons, these do an insane amount of damage. So we just got ourselves a kill from this far away. And notice now the ability, you guys can see that meter is slightly charged by around a fourth, right? When that thing hits 50%, we hit stage 2. And you'll see our light weapons will unlock and we'll be able to do a lot of damage. Now, until this thing hits stage 3, you want to play this thing like the Pathfinder. You know how our Pathfinder, we play very safe? The same thing goes for the Vulcan. The Vulcan is only really good once it hits stage 3. So you guys can see here, we got a double kill. Notice how we are still not at stage 2 yet. But the advantage of the signature weapons that this thing has is it can curve around walls. So here's his status right here. I'm going to save our ability right now until he can take damage. Now we go. So look at the damage output we're doing. And now notice our light weapons are now unlocked. So you guys will see the POWs will now fire alongside our other weapons. So boom. Okay, I think there's an ouch hit up here that we can just kind of lock down and target. Nice. Some guy flying over there. I think that's a jumping Teth. So we'll just wait for that. And we can activate our ability. And yeah. So you guys will see we're doing a lot of damage here. And our charge bar is slowly going up. The Vulcan, like I said, is still weak right now because we need to get to stage 3. So we'll just keep doing damage like this. Sniping the Teth out of the air. Okay. So far, nothing really exciting. And remember, these weapons have 600 meter range. So I can... Oh, let me shield break this guy and just hit him through the shield. Because the Ophian can charge our meter up by quite a bit. So you guys can see 120,000 damage just like that. And remember, this is a Mark 1, level 1 Vulcan with level 1 weapons. Double kill. Yeah, you guys can see these weapons curve around the wall. And we can just do an insane amount of damage here. Okay, I think that's a Baglio over there. Okay, there's an Anaxer up here. I don't want to charge too deep into the enemy spawn. Also, if you guys are wondering why I'm not using the Keel right now, it's because I'm saving it for their Titan. Because they will drop a Titan eventually. Okay, just covering around the wall, trying to hit that guy. Thankfully, these guys don't have Mark II Shoggoth weapons, otherwise we would be dead really fast here. But yeah, you guys can see here, doing a lot of damage. Our force field is actually saving us right now, as you guys can see. And boom, we got another kill, despite only being level 1. And notice how outside of our ability, we are very weak. You guys can see we are taking a lot of damage. But the advantage that this thing has, like I said, is we just need to get to stage 3. And then this thing will become pretty much unkillable. So we also don't have healing right now, which is kind of unfortunate. But here, wait, let me just see if I can get ourselves to stage 3 somehow. I don't think we'll be able to make it because we only have 300 health left. So I don't think we'll be able to showcase it yet. But point being, this thing, you want to play it safe constantly. We don't have any built-in healing either, so it might actually have been wise to use the healing module on this thing. But we'll see if we can curve around, do a little bit of damage here. Which, unfortunately, we aren't able to. But that's fine. They had a Dune with the Curie. I think we have our Ether charged up, so time to showcase you what the power of max level Titan weapons can do. And also, they added voice lines for Yang Li, which I think is pretty cool. You just heard him talk. But yeah, this is going to be a maxed Veneer, and then a maxed Chasm and Void. So we'll wait for a second, get a little bit closer, and watch the firepower now. Look at the damage output. Okay, we don't have any nuke amps charged up, by the way, right now. And, oh my god, we're overheating a little bit, but boom, pretty free. The Veneer did get nerfed quite a bit from the last time we did the series. However, look at the damage output. Okay, this guy's unfortunately gonna go down really fast. Okay, we can't hit him right now, but yeah, just like that. Titan Slayer on a bedware that we looked at for like 2 seconds. Okay, sniping this guy from this far away. That's a Vector over there. So we got to keep our distance a little bit. But even from here, you guys can see the damage output we're doing, pretty high. Okay, and then I just need to reload now. I do want to try and get the kill. Unfortunately, we don't. Yeah, you have to manage the overheating a lot better now on the Veneer. But besides that, like this thing just cooks. So even from here, you guys can see damage output. This poor Rex just melts from halfway across the map. So, bop, double kill. We do the same thing here. We wait a bit. Right, this guy triple kill. He has the Ravager over there. Let's see if these guys drop some Titans. Okay. No Titan yet, but they do have a Shoggoth over there. Let me just laser this guy down. And look at that. Holy moly. Okay, we wait a little bit, and then we start firing again. Okay, wait a little bit more. Fly up. Should be able to shoot over cover now. And the poor Shoggoth just goes down. This guy too, I don't know what he's in, but we can just melt him too. Okay. We got an assist, because unfortunately we are on cooldown. They have a kid here. Oh my god, the Princeps over there. I think it's going to knock him off the edge. But you guys can see it. Oh my god. We're taking a lot of damage from that guy. But poor dude just got launched off the edge. I'm going to just keel this guy. Don't know what he's in, but he's just going to go down. Because as you guys can see, keel does a ridiculous amount of damage. And then we wait a second here. This guy just self-destructs because he realized there's no hope. And then yeah, I think we just win the game just like that. 54 new camp stacks, by the way. We didn't upgrade any of our modules. We just upgraded our weapons. I'm going to wait for this guy's spawn immunity to go away. And then let's go. Boom, boom, 2-shot. 2-shot. This is why you want to upgrade your Titan weapons. There's no point in upgrading your Titan if you get 2-shot by maxed out Titan weapons. So, pretty free, absolute cinema. Okay, as you guys can see, we are first place on the team despite not really doing much. And you guys can see here, 3 million damage without even trying. And these guys are Silver League, unfortunately, so we were kind of smurfing. And I think right now, how many trophies do we have? We only have 1570 trophies. Oh boy, we deranked because we haven't been playing for so long. So we are technically trophy-wise in Silver League. That's not good. So we could be reported for tanking technically. Quick chat, by the way, by my viewers on stream, so W. But yeah, that's actually really bad because that means our progress has actually been reset by a very large amount. So you guys can see 150 thorium still, which is more than we got before. So still really good. We completed 1 daily task. I guess we'll finish these other 2 as well. And in the meantime, let's upgrade some of our stuff because we haven't started upgrading the Vulcan yet. So as you guys saw, the Vulcan is very strong. But the reason why it's strong is because of the weapon and stuff, right? So I think the priorities for now is I'm going to upgrade the Lumen and the Vulcan simultaneously. I'll get the weapon up to level 10 and then Mark II the Vulcan, then get the weapon up to level 12 as well. So for starters though, I do want to upgrade the Vulcan at the start because you do get a little bit more health. As you guys know, this thing is very fragile. And we'll upgrade the Lumen afterwards too. Do I intend to do something with the Leech Semitic? Yes, I do. It is going to be a robot that we're going to be keeping in Champions League. But I do believe that one more game later, we will have another gold red data pad. And if we're lucky, we're going to have another Lumen from that. But we'll see. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to claim because this is the first time playing since a long time, right? We'll just grab that. And I do believe we also have a red data pad here because from Returnee Rewards, remember, we get 3 gold red data pads in total, right? So if we're lucky, we can get another Lumen. The odds of getting a Lumen, by the way, are, you can see here, combined together 18%. So there's a decent chance. Let's see what we get, because I am curious. Gold reward, as always, because it's a gold red data pad. And we got a Blaze Celsius. Okay, this is actually really good. So the Celsius is the light weapon. This is actually really good for us because we can actually put this thing on our Acho. So this is going to be a great weapon for the Acho. We can actually replace the Splinter with this, because if you guys don't know, the Celsius weapon is an auto-aiming flamethrower. So this thing is really good. It's powerful. I guess I'll showcase it in the next game, since we already play tested the Vulcan for this one. So quickly, let's hop into game number 2. And maybe I'll do another one after this too, so that I can showcase what we get from that last gold red data pad. All right, so we dropped in on Carrier. We are currently on, I think this is either going to be Beacon Rush or Domination. They don't say. But we have to make sure we get to this beacon here. We do have a Skyros, so I don't think I'm getting the beacon, chat. I don't think we're getting the beacon, which is unfortunate for us because that means we missed out on our keel charge. But that is fine because this Acho is very strong, as you guys know. So we're not going to be missing out on too much here. I do think we missed out on the second beacon too, which is unlucky. Yeah, we missed out on the second beacon too. Unlucky. That's honestly on me. I probably should have charged a little bit differently. And we're also stuck here because you guys know how the Acho works. But let me just move in this way. Okay, they have a Skyros ball over here. I think we should be able to tank most of this still because we are pretty strong. Remember, this is a Mark II Acho. And I'm going to see if I can just get close here and melt him down. Oh my god! Do you guys remember in literally the last episode that I filmed how it was like, if we had better weapons, this Acho would be crazy? This is what happens when you start using weapons that are broken. Look at that. This poor Anaxer. We were limiting ourselves to using the Orkans all the way up till now. And now that we've allowed using these new weapons, this Acho is cooking, as you guys can see. Okay, there's a Vector over here. I'm actually going to keel it right away. So Keel alone should be able to kill this thing, as you guys can see. Keel is incredibly stupid in the lower leagues because no one knows how to counter it. Because it just deals 210,000 damage. It's absolutely absurd. Okay, I'm actually going to see if I can hit this Amit a little bit. Okay, there's a Vector over here fighting us. That's fine. We can actually knock him away, as you guys can see. And we're doing some decent damage to him too. We should probably get down here, because I don't want to fight these guys while our weapons are... while we're out of our ability. There's a lot of Vectors over here. That's fine. Maybe attack. Oh wait, actually it's not fine. Oh, we're just dead. Okay, let's see what their investments are. Level 6 Teth with Hippos and Leodares. That's fine. We'll drop in our... Oh, I dropped a little close. Like I said, you want to play this thing a little bit back because this thing is weak at level 1. So we'll just play it safe for the time being. I'm going to see if I can maybe hit this Rex across the wall while we wait. Okay, so 20,000 damage-ish, which is decent, but now we have to wait, essentially, until our ability's back online, because otherwise we are just going to die. Oh my god, we just teleported right in front of this Vulcan. That's bad. I don't want to be here. Okay, W, okay. I think we're fine now. We just need to try and get into cover, because we are exposed in the open. Let me disable 4 and 5, so we're just shooting the Lumen weapon now. You guys can see here, this weapon curves around walls, as you guys can see. It's like the bendy bullets, so we can get kills without even seeing the enemy. This is why you want a Lumen weapon on the Vector, or not the Vector, the Vulcan, because you can charge your stages easily without ever getting seen by the enemy. You guys can see here, you just gotta angle it a little bit, and then you should be able to hit the enemies from pretty much any distance, which is really nice. Okay, let's activate the ability so we can hit this guy. So boom, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, boom, he's dead. We did the same thing for this guy. I don't know what he's in even. I think he's in a Rex. Okay, our ability is offline, so we're just doing damage with the Lumen right now, as you guys can see. And still 50,000 damage with a level 1 Lumen, which is kind of insane. So, pretty insane ability there. This guy's in his status, so we're going to want to keep our distance. But let's go for this, I think this is the, what is it? The Amit. So we use Shield Breaker here so that we can get extra shield charge off this guy. We should hit stage 2 if we're lucky here. I think we do take a lot of damage here, which is unfortunate. So we probably are going to die before we can hit stage 3. But I think if we're smart, we should be able to chip around this corner. Let's take a look at this. So boom. Doing some free damage on this guy without ever being seen. This weapon is so stupid, by the way, as you guys can see. So yeah, we are now at stage 2 officially. Our POWs are unlocked, as you guys can see, and we can shoot them in tandem now. I'm going to wait for this guy to charge at us because he is overextending by doing this. And then maybe, if I activate my ability, I should be able to curve around the corner and hit him. Okay, let's actually target this guy because we're not actually hitting him. Hopefully we can get to this guy. Okay, my teammate ends up taking him out. That's kind of crazy. Let's see. Can we dish out some extra damage here? Oh, I think we're dead. Yeah, this status is going to kill us, which is unlucky. But that means we can now drop into our ether again, which is good. By the way, right now the Vulcan looks weak, but trust me, once that thing gets to Mark 2, we're going to be dominating with that thing. So here's a Rook over here, this poor guy. Just 200,000 damage from this distance, by the way, and we're going to keel him. He's in a low-level Rook, I can tell already. This keel is going to one-shot the Rook, pretty much. 1, 2, and then it's not going to fully kill it, so 3, and then we can just one-shot him from here. And then this guy's in a regular kid. Poor guy is also just dead. And then, yeah, more stuff over here, which we can just shoot into. And they don't really have anything they can do about it because our Titan is just so absurdly strong, as you guys can see. So yeah, this is why you want to max out your weapons first. Look at this Amit. Boom, 2-shot. So this guy's in the status again. We'll keep hitting this guy. And then, boom, Bai's just gone. I'm going to pop my mothership on this guy. I don't know what he's in, but, oh, he's in a Vulcan. Perfect. Our test subject. And then this guy drops a Princeps. I actually want to back up because Princeps is actually strong. And I don't know what level Princeps he's in. Oh, there he goes. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, Princeps. Yeah, like I said, Princeps is only strong if it's max level. So a level 1 Princeps is going to go down really, really, really fast. Especially because our Ether has maxed weapons, as you guys see. Sorry, I wasn't reading stream. But anyways, we got second place on team because, like I said, this is a little bit of a weak setup right now. We did do pretty dominantly though. Let's take a look at what people have right now. So Princeps with the Torch Furnace, or just 2 Furnace right now. And then over here, see the enemy guys. So this is the Princeps we were fighting with the Veneer Vincier. Like I said, level 1 stuff, and notice he's not got the right modules on. He does not have the right modules, which is why his Princeps is weak. If this was a high level Princeps, this thing would kill us easily. But because everyone has low level items right now, we just can easily sweep the entire enemy team, without even trying that hard. So you guys can see 3.3 million damage when everyone else in the lobby is not even doing a million, pretty much. Very insane. And we do have access to the gold data pad now as well. So yeah, that's pretty good. We're upgrading a robot right now, so we're going to get that. Event tasks, we get 50 modules for destroying enemies. Let's see what we get from here. Our last gold red data pad from the Returnee Rewards. Hopefully we can get another Lumen, or if not, I want a Machiara. Oh, we got the Fahrenheit. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's another weapon for our Acho, I guess. That's pretty good. This is actually really interesting because what do we even swap out? I guess we'll swap out the Blaze Mirrors for now and swap into Blaze Fahrenheit. So yeah, now we have a half flamethrower setup. This thing is gonna be very strong. No, we are in silver right now, technically, because as you guys can see, it says Diamond League, but our trophy count, if you guys look here, we are at 1584 trophies. So we are like nowhere near Diamond, pretty much. You guys can see. 1584, the next guy above us is 2087. So we are like 400 trophies below where we should be, but we should go up really fast because as you guys see, our hanger is stupidly strong. But mark my words, this is still going to be absolutely insane even then. But let me just showcase one more game and then we'll call it a game. We'll call it a day, sorry. But yeah, on to our final game of the day. All right, we're dropped down on Valley. We're in another TDM. So we're probably gonna start with the Vulcan. Like I said, the Vulcan, you want to stack up your stages without getting hit. So dropping it, ideally, I think if you're in the higher leagues, you should drop this as your second robot because you're going to get hit really hard. By specifically players who are playing Vulcan, because Vulcan players tend to rush into your spawn ASAP. So you only really want to play the Vulcan, the Vulcan, once you're confident that vectors aren't spawning into your, your home spawn area, essentially. Okay, let's deactivate our Mirxes real quick. Okay. There's the Hawk here. Okay, let's quickly shield break this guy and hopefully dish out some damage against him. I think he's in a, that looks like a Jaeger from what I can see. Okay, let's back up here because our force field is offline. I don't want to get hit by these Smite Discipline weapons because they do hit like a little bit of a truck. I don't know how we just jumped there. That's kind of insane. But we know one guy's in a Hawk, so we got to back up here. Again, don't want to get targeted by those guys. Okay, I don't know where our teammates are, so I guess we'll just move this way. We really don't want to hit the Hawk because that guy's reflector is going to do more damage to us than we do to him. So we'll just hide for a bit. This isn't the ideal scenario because these guys are hitting us over walls. But that's fine because we can actually drop in with our Acho later over there. Like I said, TDM is the worst mode to play if you're free to play. Because you're at the most risk to get targeted by people who basically have weapons like that Shoggoth, where you're basically spawn camped like this. That's fine though, because like I said, TDM, that's kind of natural. We'll drop in our Acho here and just kind of pop off here. Okay. No need to use our ability until he actually starts shooting us. Yeah, there we go. So the Fahrenheit weapons, as you guys can see, doing a bunch of damage to this guy. And we just get the kill on the Shoggoth without much concern, which is pretty good. Remember, these weapons are very low level. This is like level 1 weapons, and the only actually high damaging weapon that we have is the level 5 Mirx. So we'll deactivate 1 and 3 real quick. This guy's using the Ravana. I do believe these flamethrowers have 300 meter range, so we don't want to take mid-range fights. We want to get closer. So I'll probably just walk over this way. Somebody has the Mark II Lumen already, which is kind of insane. Wow. This Mr. Butta Falco over here is kind of melting through everyone like crazy. You can see Mark II stuff. So people have pretty much like maxed hangers, it seems. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's in, but we'll just quickly melt him down. Okay. You guys can see these flamethrowers do a lot of damage. Holy moly, that is insane. And they overheat, they decrease and overheat pretty fast too. You can shoot for a pretty long time with these weapons. So boom, this poor Revenant here, pinned against the wall. You just hunt him down. This guy's in a Dux, not really a big concern for us. Until, actually, we should probably wait for our ability. Okay, this guy's in a Seraph, as you guys see. I'm actually going to leave this guy be and only go for this guy. Because I do want to see, oh my god, that's, we hit that guy for like only a little bit. Let's actually see if we can take down a Titan. I'm actually curious. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, decrease our cooldown for a bit. I'm going to actually use our heal module here so that we don't die. I'm going to heal this guy too. Boom! Titan Slayer. Mothership did most of that work just now, but we have brawled an ether at melee range with an Acho and killed it, which in my opinion is a pretty big feat. Killed his ducks without much problem. We go over here, we fight this raptor toe to toe. He has weaker weapons than we do, so let's just unoverheat real quick, use our heal module real fast, and then once he lands, we fight him. Okay, they dropped in with a Demeter, that's bad for us, but if we can just get our ability off, perfect. Okay, we should be able to charge this raptor. Let's actually focus this guy down first, because this guy's a bigger threat to us later. We unfortunately don't kill him, but that's fine. Because now we can drop in with our ether, which is going to be absolutely decimating the enemy team. So this Demeter that we just saw is gone. This raptor that we just saw is also going to be gone. So unoverheat. Bam, fire again. And boom, bro is gone. Nice to know. We'll use our mothership on the Amit here. Take him down too. Okay, there's the kid over there that we can just kind of walk towards. This guy's in an angler. Unfortunately for him, he has spawn immunity and he still took that much damage. So we'll just wait for this guy to drop. This guy's in an Erebus. Poor dude is just going to get clapped. And this guy too. We can just kind of go through. Okay, we'll wait real quick and then fire again. Yeah, godlike. This guy's into the kid. Let's see how fast we can take down these titans. Wait. Okay, from this far away, look at the damage output. Pretty insane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 shots to kill a kid. Pretty insane. We'll use our Keel on this guy because we can't really hit him right now. Let's see how much damage the Keel does on this poor little dude. And it doesn't even matter because we'll finish him off anyways. Pretty insane. So Void Chasm weapons in the lower leagues is quite strong. The Ether, like I said, because it's still a free-to-play Titan at the moment, we're just going to steamroll through everything. This is going to be insane. So until I think this Ether should be able to take us all the way to Expert League. Once we get past Expert League, people are going to start running like more of the meta Titans. So we're going to be fighting against Max Princeps, Atlas players, and a lot of stronger Bjorns as well. So the Ether is going to be really weak then. But until then, we're going to be strong. And by then, we should also have ourselves a Titan of our own that's comparable. So we got silver crates. I don't know how many trophies we're getting right now, but we are going up in rank. And we are also, unfortunately, steamrolling these poor gold players who have nothing comparable to our hanger. This guy's an Ultimate Ares, which is cool. But yeah, there is no shot anybody is beating this hanger in this league. So we kind of slam dunked on those guys, unfortunately. So poor those guys. Unfortunate for them. But yeah, we are going to be getting ourselves some strong stuff in the future too. So I'm looking forward to it. And that also means we have to start looking into drones to level up as well. So we don't have any drones at the moment, but as you guys know, the black market now, thankfully, has been updated to have drones. So once we spin this and get ourselves some good drones, my eyes currently are on maxing out the Armadillo and maxing out the Friezo. The Friezo is right here. The maxed Friezo is going to turn our Pathfinder into a god tier free-to-play robot. And the Armadillo here is going to make us clear Extermination in the future very, very easily. So those are the two ones that I'm looking at right now. Anything else we get will just stay on the table. Another one that I might upgrade is the Seeker, if we get it. And then maybe some other stuff too. For the time being, we don't really have anything here. Unfortunately, I don't have a way. Actually, wait. I guess we'll make this an extra long episode. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But I am going to go and clear Extermination just the first 2 stages, so that we can get keys to get the drone chest at least once. Are you gonna? Okay, so Kagu here is asking if we're gonna stick to damage dealers or for your future Titan. No, I think for the purpose of specifically for the purpose of Champions League, you should be investing in a brawler Titan first. I think attack type Titans are a little bit less consistent, whereas brawler Titans will always do well. So I think for the sake of your first Titan that you want to max out, you should always invest in a brawler Titan first. Yeah, you guys can see these weapons. These weapons, as you can see, are similar to the other weapons that we just used. They home on the enemies. Albeit they home at a slower speed, but you guys can see they still curve around walls and everything. So even if I'm not directly aiming at the guy, they will still automatically curve around the wall and home in. Only downside is they do overheat. So as long as you're paying attention to that, you're fine. Yeah. Once we get the keel up here, I am going to just use the mothership right away, just so that we get an extra shield. Yeah, you guys can see here, just curving around the wall, that guy's just gone. So, pretty solid stuff. Okay, Got a Keel, charge off. The reason why I used it, by the way, is so that we get this 150,000 health Aegis. So we should be able to easily get platinum here. Boom. Cover around the wall. And yeah. Also, in the future, we're probably going to have to bench Ocho, unfortunately, because the meta bots right now in Champions League are just so strong that even in like Ocho's ability, it's going to be very hard to take down. Like, it's going to be very easy to take down the Ocho. So it's the Ocho, I upgraded it mostly because it's a bot that can hold its own all the way up to Masters League. But once you start getting past Masters into Champions League lobbies, Ocho is going to start struggling a lot. So I mostly upgraded Ocho because it was the strongest bot we had at the time. It's not going to be a robot that's going to stay in the main hangar probably once we get past like 4,300, 400 trophies. So yeah, pretty easy extermination clear, as you guys know, for stage 1. So yeah, pretty simple. Yeah, Celsius, Fahrenheit, Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin are the name of the flamethrowers. So yeah, pretty simple. We got ourselves some keys and some platinum, which is really nice. And then we will go on to stage 2 real quick. Depending on whether this is a sniper map. Yeah, sniper map, so we'll drop in our Vulcan, because the Vulcan is also going to be really good here. So yeah. And we only need to clear this in 3 minutes. We just need to make sure we also don't lose too many robots. A level 1 Vulcan should be able to solo this, by the way, because that's how broken the Vulcan is. So I'll disable 4 and 5, so we have access to our curved lasers here. And I do believe we should be able to hit our max stage 2 off of this alone. Yeah, activate the ability. You guys can see this laser, as you guys can see, auto aims so well. I think it tracks all the way up to 150 meter range. So as long as they're within 150 meters, like look, you guys can see, even this close, like only once they enter 150 meter range does it stop homing. So this weapon is probably one of the best weapons that you can invest into, because holy crap, this thing is good. Highly recommend using it if you have one already. This weapon is going to be good even after it gets nerfed, pretty much. Just like how the bendy bullets are still dominant right now, these weapons will stay dominant too. I predict for at least the next 6 months. So yeah, but these weapons are pretty solid. You guys can see, extermination becomes a breeze with this weapon. Because even though, remember, this thing is level 1, but like you just have so much consistency with like how it never misses a bullet basically, and the damage output it does, that you can just kind of just chillax and autopilot extermination without much effort. And obviously I'm spamming Keel so that we have ourselves a stacked shield over there. Yep, just quickly clearing these guys out. You guys will also notice that our stage is going up just by taking a long time to actually do it. Yeah. The other reason why the Vulcan is also worth investing in is because at stage 3, the built-in weapon is active 100% of the time. Like, the built-in weapon has infinite ammo and never turns off. It basically becomes like a Teth Dux hybrid, if that makes sense. Kind of like the Fafnir, like when it's flying, but obviously it's a lot better than the Fafnir weapon. Because the built-in laser, as you guys can see, I'm not shooting anything. The built-in laser alone deals like 10,000 damage per second at level 1, which is absurd. That is an insane amount of damage for a level 1 robot ability. But yeah, I can just kill these guys. Should be able to burst all those guys down. And yeah, notice how now we are at stage 2. The ability changes color slightly too. So that's how you can know. Yeah, we are just gonna be melting through everything. Stage 2 doesn't really give you too much of a big buff. It only really gives you access to your medium weapons, your light weapons, but that's pretty much it. We'll melt this guy down, easily get gold here. But yeah, highly recommend doing this. Yeah, it's like the Teth, but it's on steroids. It's pretty insane. What do you think is the coolest weapon design in War Robots? Depends. There's a lot of cool ones. I don't think there's a coolest one in like period. You have like 10 lumens total. You should definitely invest in them. They're really good. What will be your streaming timing? It's 11:05 for me, and I want to be in most of your streams. I'll probably stream until I go back to my uni. I'll probably stream constantly around noon. I think around this time is good. So yeah. And also, after this, I'll spin this chest one last time, and then okay. So this chest is going away. 5 hours 41 minutes now until it ends. Let's see what we get. Give us something good. We got the Wave drone. Wait, Wave is actually not bad. Wave is actually not bad because this thing deals a decent amount of damage. So if you guys don't know, this is the signature drone for the Condor. Basically, every time you are when you're at max level, if you're in the air, you get bonus speed. has the sonic weapon shots, so like the Howler, Growler, Screamer. It deals bonus damage as well for your robot once you level up to level 4. And every time your shield is broken, you get an Aegis shield, so it's good specifically only for the Condor. However, the drone itself has a good damage boost, so I guess we can slap this on to... What should we put it on? I mean, I guess we can put it on our Acho. I mean, Acho, technically speaking, does not have any melee weapons, so having the wave will give it a little bit of an option to fight mid-range. But yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. However, before we go, there is one final closing remark that I did mention at the beginning of the stream. As you guys know, I did a giveaway for 7 of the Lumen M weapons. Unfortunately, because I was so tired yesterday, I forgot to submit the winners and the giveaway closed. So I'm going to showcase my screen right now. One second. So for those of you guys who have your ID showing here, one second, let me just open this up. Okay, so for those of you guys who see your guys' IDs here, so 5132EJ, UN78ZA, I'm not gonna read all of these, but these 7 IDs, if one of them is your ID, please leave a comment on the video or join one of the streams and let me know who you are, or message me on Discord. You guys know where I'm at. Let me know who you are. You guys now have a slot reserved for any of the future giveaways that happen. So these are going to be for like the Pixonic giveaways. Next week's giveaway is going to be for the second mothership. If you guys don't know, that's the triangle floating pyramid mothership. Here's a picture of it on the screen. If you don't want this thing, you don't have to go for it. Just let me know at any point in time in the future giveaways that you want to be one of the winners for that giveaway. Let me know. If your ID is right here, you now have a spot reserved for you. So let's say in the future, one of the giveaways is for like the Fang, or there's a giveaway for one of the Sirocco Titans or whatever, right? Or maybe far off in the future, there's like a really cool robot or weapon or drone that you really want to have. You 7 people, you have infinite time. So until I die, right? Or I stop streaming, which probably won't happen, right? Until that day comes, your spot is reserved. So any of the future giveaways, you are now able to give yourself as a winner. So let's say the next week's giveaway, as you guys know, is going to be the second. If you want the second mothership, I don't know why you'd want it because it's not the best mothership out there, but let's say you wanted it. If any of your IDs are here, just let me know, and then I'll put your ID into the giveaway winners list right away. So this is going to go on indefinitely. My apologies for those 7 of you right here on screen. Hopefully you guys can forgive me, but hopefully this also makes up for it because maybe some of you guys didn't want the Lumen M. Now you can get something else instead. So hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. And also, I will say, if you 7 would rather have 500 D-gems instead of one of the Pixonic rewards, let me know. I'll give you 500 D-gems instead. So there you go. That is my consolation prize for you 7. That is the bad news, and I have given you the good news instead, which hopefully isn't bad news. Hopefully you guys are fine with that. So yeah, enough yap. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And again, sorry for the giveaway stuff, but it's a bit of a long episode. We are finally back to recording new content. Hopefully you guys had fun. Bit of a yap session at the start, but hopefully those games showed you just how strong the account is right now. I am a little disappointed that the account, as you guys see here, I am a little bit disappointed that our league has D-ranked, because now that we are only at, 1,600 trophies, that means we effectively lost 1,200 trophies, which is like, like 40 games worth of content? 40 games is a lot, guys. 40 games is basically like 13 episodes worth of games. So that's 2 weeks that we have been set back by. But hopefully this also goes to show you that sometimes life gets to you and you can D-rank. So this is proof that the Returnee Reward gives you 2 things. One, automatically tanks you because you AFK from the game. And 2, you get a lot of resources. So for those of you guys who didn't know about the Returnee Reward program, now you know. Highly recommend you try it out if you think you're struggling and you want to take a break from War Robots or have been considering it. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so... Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Yo, signing off.